Welcome to the offseason in our Carolina Panthers franchise here on Madden 26. We just got done with maybe the most heartbreaking end of a season I have seen in recent NFL history, holding securely not only the division, but just a wild card spot in general, had the Buccaneers just taken the division anytime within. But the final two games ended up shifting the entire alignment of the seeding and sitting us at number 8 as the only 10-win team to miss the playoffs in the entire league. In the AFC, there was even a 9-8 team, I believe. I don't know if they're a wild card team, but a 9-8 playoff team. The NFC, though, very competitive across the board, like you see here. 8 teams that were 10-plus wins. Then, of course, the Rams, they're 2 whole games behind us, but they're only 1 seed behind. So the unluckiest finish you could really almost ever see. But it was still a hell of a season. It was a hell of an experience. And hopefully we can build on, especially if we get some dev-ups from the season we had, into Season 2. Of course, the mock draft, which we've already taken a look at, I believe, has us sitting at number 21, which is Darren Morrison, the safety, round 1 projection. So they actually have us drafting a steal, if you will. Personally, while safety is a big need, probably not the number 1 on our board. If anything, there's a lot of different needs. We have DT, corner, maybe even a wide receiver, but I would probably put it at corner as our number 1 need. But we'll have to see, as, of course, best available drafting when you have so many issues is probably the best way to go anyways. And of course, with the start of essentially a brand new season, season number 2, we will have the return of the like goals. If you guys want to see preseason and week 1 tomorrow, 600 likes, that's where going to be the starting point for this one. We'll do that. Big thing you need to do, though, is if you want to see a player with a specific name or number change, whether it's from somebody we drafted or, of course, a free agent that has a different number you want to see, let me know in the comment section below. Kind of needs to be like early on. Not saying that it's guaranteed you'll get that change, but if we like it, we'll end up doing that going forward. Anyways, enough of the app. Like I said, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notification, and that's about it. Let's go on to the Super Bowl, where we're hopefully going to see some dev-ups for the team. Also, we want to see the playoff bracket. So for the wild card round, you have the Niners, the Buccaneers, the Cowboys on the NFC side, which of course you can see Eagles, Cowboys, Niners, Buccaneers. Wild card round, the Chiefs over the Patriots, the Bills over the Dolphins, and then the Ravens over the Jaguars. To me, I don't really see an upset per se. I think everyone kind of expected to win one. There is some different seeding that, on the NFC, the 7 seed, the 5 seed winning their games. But as far as who I would expect to win, those are the teams. We now move on to the championship round. We're going to see who is getting real damn close to winning this Super Bowl as the Eagles move on and the Niners move on. So you have the Seahawks and the Buccaneers who took our spots, if you will, and neither of them made the championship round. On the other side, again, kind of the teams you would expect to win, the Chiefs and Ravens moving on to the championship round. We now move on to the Pro Bowl, which we'll take a second to look at the players, see if we had any guys make the Pro Bowl or not. I'd imagine we had a few, like Chuba Hubbard, for example. We also have player was that retention or recognition? I didn't even see what it was. But we have the Niners and the Ravens getting a little Super Bowl rematch. Interesting. The 2 versus the 5 seed. So at least it's not the 1 and the 1 or the 1 and the 2, the 2 and the 2s. It is the 2 and the 5 seed. Of course, player recognition. So it seems like, I don't know if it's going to be the Pro Bowl, but it's going to be something. Who's trying to butter us up here? The coordinator's office just saw your message as I was walking by. How's it going? Seeing everyone celebrating this week. I was looking back at all the great performances this year. Agree we would have had a much different offense without him. Wait, who? He deserves... Yeah, well, the coordinator sucks. They're going to give it to the... Oh, it's all the players. I wanted to be flashy. Something he can flex, show it off to the guys. 4,500 XP, that's pretty flashy. I'm sure Chuba will appreciate whatever you come up with. He accomplished a lot this year. Stripper party? Okay, why not? Pro Bowl rosters, who was in there? So Kyler Murray was the 3. Chuba Hubbard representing the NFC as running back 1. Anyone else on this list from us? I highly doubt it, right? And unless I am missing something, because sometimes I overlook Derek Brown. All right. Sometimes I overlook it. Trevin Wallace. All right. Barnes. Okay, we actually kind of cleared the house here, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Not bad, actually. And then we got the kicker. Really? I am shocked by that. We actually had like 5 or 6 Pro Bowlers. Wait a minute. We actually cooked. Hold on. All right. Let's go on to the Super Bowl, see who wins this thing. And, of course, more importantly, let's be real about it. The one that really matters. What dev-ups did we get? We'll first take a look at the winner of the Super Bowl and then go into the dev-ups. Hopefully we had a few. Trevin Wallace, maybe. Chuba Hubbard should definitely go up, which would be actually massive. Aaron Rodgers retires. Zeitler retires. Cameron Hayward. All the Steelers are done. Von Miller. The Steelers are done. They're out of here. Russell Wilson. And you can see the Niners win the Super Bowl. Very interesting. A lot of money has showed up, by the way, which is awesome. Let's take a look at our retirements, if any. We had J.J. Jansen, the long snapper. Great. And Adam Thielen. I don't know where I put the D at, but I'm not even... I was going to... No, let's not go. Let's move on. Let's not go there. Let's take a look at the dev-ups. See who got one. Offensively, Mr. Chuba Hubbard, 88 overall. Bryce is an 80 overall now, which is sweet. Take a look at that dev-up. Mr. Chuba Hubbard, Pro Bowl running back 1. Led the league in rushing yards. What are those abilities looking like anyways? Energizer, Jukebox, and Spin Cycle. Those are like almost the very best he could get. You know what? When they're right, they're right. Who am I to deny the game and its infinite wisdom? When has EA and the game ever been wrong? Oh my, they're always right. What can I tell you? Of course, this is what the starting 4 at wide receiver looks like right now. I don't hate it. I actually don't hate it. Let's take a look at the defensive side of the ball now, where I think Trevin Wallace and Chris Barnes go up, but of course for Chris Barnes, doesn't matter as much, but Trevin Wallace is a pretty big dev up for him. He's actually already a pretty good overall, or player, even though his overall is a little lower. 75 overall, but look at the block shed and zone coverage. Man coverage is great. Catching's decent. Obviously insanely athletic. Very talented player that is only going to get better with that star dev. A little bit less XP to upgrade and a little bit more XP in general for your dev up, I suppose. No one else went up in dev, though, I don't believe, as not even Hart, one was called Ward millions of times last season, went up in dev. I think, once again, Chris Barnes did too, but, you know, he's like 400 years old. Yeah, hey, linebacker of the year, way to go, good stuff, but we definitely need to work on that position for sure. And then offensive line is not much better, as we might be losing some players due to the contract issues. Of course, the number 1 team now, apparently, is the Jets. They have the number 1 pick. You can see that them and the Lions have switched. Is that accurate? I don't know. Are we still at 21? We are at 18. So instead of the safety, we are the ones actually projected to get the cornerback, Angelo Hobbs, who has a round 1 to 2 talent. Okay, we need corner, and that is a cornerback. That's all there is to it. Coaching carousel, offensive coordinator. Should we get rid of the OC? I mean, his job security. Why is the defensive coordinator's job security bad, but the offensive coordinator is good? I mean, let's take a look at our ranks here before we do anything. They got us at 10th on offense. Pass yards are definitely not the best. We're actually like one of the worst teams in the league at passing, but number 3 in rushing. Points per game, they have us sitting around, was that like 12? That's 5 to 11. I mean, that's a decent offense for the Panthers. I'm going to let the OC keep his job for another season. And then we'll take a quick look at the season recap. The MVP of the Super Bowl was Brock Purdy. Of course, looking at the actual yearly awards, like on front page here, none of our guys, sadly. But we did win some stuff. We got close to winning some stuff. Let's move on now to the re-signings, which, again, we haven't actually finished the contract on Taylor Moton, I don't believe. Of course, we do have a 5th-year option for Bryce Young. $37 million is not a lot of money, but I don't think we need another season. Right, like, this season already is like, okay, it's kind of pushing it. Bryce needs to be better by now. Next season, if he's just like this, then I don't need that 5th-year option. I'm good to know, okay, well, we need to move on. Which, speaking of moving on, oh my... Taylor Moton was so good, but at the same time, so expensive. $31 million. $31 million for him. I mean, I think he's worth it. Let's call it how it is. I think he is worth it. Take a look at Jalen Coker. I don't see, he had a crazy preseason. He had some pretty good plays for us in the regular season. But this is a very deep wide receiver room of players that we need to try and develop. And I don't know if Coker fits that. I think he's already like, not that he's old, but there's other guys that are similar to him that don't need a contract that are trying to get a chance. We'll do a 2-year 13.4, but yeah, that's about it. We already tried to get him multiple times. Didn't work out. Spiller was good, but at the same time, I think we can get him back for like nothing. And then Barnes, man, I hate that he's so good for being so bad. 1 year 6. Hey, glad to see him come back. Why not? Need a new center. And I mean, Richardson's basically making nothing, so we could probably bring him back on, you know, just like a next to nothing deal. So we do lose Scott, and we're going to lose pretty much everyone else here. I know the depth is nice, but we'll try to get that through the draft / after the draft is over. We have a staff improvement storyline as well. Let's take a look at what the hell this is. We've already been over this. Thanks for meeting with me. Being a great leader is about the role you play in creating the identity of your team. On this offense, we run the ball weird. I mean, I want to pass the ball more, but obviously we run the ball, right? I'm more than willing to put in the effort to be a key part of that identity, coach. However, there is a lot of ways I can impact the game, run game. What aspect should I focus on? I mean, we like to run inside, but our biggest runs do come to the outside. So I'm going to go with getting outside the tackles. Understand? I'll get with the line over the break. Focus on more. I should have done passing. We could have got our pass block up. Oh, well. Let's move on to free agency. We have a little bit of money to spend. There might be some ways to get some more money. Imagine there's some guys with some contracts that aren't favorable. Yeah, I mean, we don't even have Bryce's contract factoring in. We only have $36 million. It's not good. Aiden Hutchinson, free agent. Devontae Adams, free agent. Bobby Wagner, free agent. Nick Chubb. George Pickens goes to free agency, of course. You can see the low interest. I mean, if I even offered 20 per year, would we even have a chance? Let's see how that compares. There's got to be some teams that want him for sure. We do have a chance at 20 million per, but I still just don't think he would want to be here. And wide receiver isn't a weakness, and I don't know if we really want that in our locker room. Personally, I'd probably rather have Devontae Adams, to be honest, but don't think we're going to do that evaluation. That is a lot of money for a guy that's like right at the end of it all. Quarterback, no. Maybe, you know, we'll go over and look for like a backup, but as far as starter, you're not finding a starter this season for sure. Running back, we definitely want to bring someone in, like maybe an A.J. Dillon or somebody with a little bit of power just to mix it up. Maybe even Spiller, bring him back in. Wide receiver, once again, we talked about Pickens, but we, A, barely even have any money. I would like to at least keep 20 mil. And then B, I just don't think you'd want to be here. I don't. I'd prefer like a fast slot receiver. Or just, I suppose, anyone cheap at the slot position. Which we'll have to look at in a moment. But as of right now, no one's really jumping off the page to me. Tight end, could you always use depth at the tight end position. But again, the evaluations are insane. Like $6 million minimum per. Rather just draft someone at that rate. Get someone slightly fast. O-line, also kind of a weak offensive lineman group. Could get Ryan Kelly, though. $11 million per year. Would like to have options. Was Ryan Kelly only a 1 year? I thought it was a 2 year. Might be wrong. We do have the high offer. I just don't know if we can afford that. Let's actually see how good he is. Because I would like him. But at the same time, that is pretty damn costly. 82 overall is good, but it's not elite good. If we got, you know, a rookie, we would like to start him. Ryan Kelly, our center position. It's not good. It's not good. I don't even know if we have an active center on the roster, to be honest. Let's see how low we can go with this. I mean, it puts us on the list, but it's going to give us a low chance. I don't know if we're going to get him. Like, we could guarantee him. I just don't know if I want to pay that money. It's a lot of money. Anyway, again, if you start a rookie, their chances of developing are significantly higher than if you just sit them. So what are we saying? We're not drafting any linemen? That's basically what that is, because every single lineman will be a backup through the draft unless you landed a generational. DTs, we obviously need defensive tackle. Ty Hamilton will be a thought of ours, but again, even then, 24-year-old normal, 76 overall, $9 million per year. Tell me why you wouldn't just get a rookie. I know this guy's star, but the ratings don't look great to me. Not at all. Look at the edge position. Again, we could use backups, but we're not paying that. Linebacker is always going to be super, super light. Just going to have to draft someone. Also get that contract going so you don't have to worry about paying them. Will Pace, just a little bit too slow for my liking. And then the guys that are fast are a little bit too old for my liking. We already have Chris Barnes. I don't need more. Christian Harris. Option. Definitely an option. Corner, Jalen Jones. A little bit too slow for me. We already got our boundary guys. In theory, could always move them around, especially Hart. But in theory, we have our boundary guys. One thing we really do need, though, is a safety. Is there any safeties? Reed Blankenship, that's speed, dude. I need somebody that can track back if they need to. Pretty much all the young guys are either slow or just not good. Strong safety, Clark. You know, we might be drafting safety decently high because pretty much everything is Belton, maybe. Pretty much every position we need in free agency is just not good. All right, so this is the group of 5 that I've offered. A few of them are kind of like throw the offer out there just to get some value. If they join, that's great. If not, we expected it. Ryan Kelly is going to be the one where you're kind of like, well, oh, Falcons. I kind of want to bump that a little bit now. Like, I want him. I probably should just offer that in the first place. Oh, damn. He was holding out for the better teams, huh? My signings, we do get Belton, which is a great contract. And then we get Princeton Fant, who is very fast, super mid, but very fast. You know, he's just an option. Just an option, of course. Not going to scout until we see the pro day anyway, so we'll move along, try to get those 2 contracts finished up. Really need a linebacker or 2, but at the same time, the options are very limited. Unless you want a slower guy like Ivan Pace, which I don't, it's kind of impossible. Let's take a look at Turpin and them. So they're still, you know, kind of sitting there. Titans, one hell of a move. Niners get Devontae. Bobby Wagner with the Jets. Chubb with the Steelers. Okay, kind of fitting. Pickens with the Chargers. That is like such a fit. Oh, wow. That's actually insane. Trent Brown to the Cardinals. Okay, I like that as well. Kelly to the Bengals. Makes sense that he would hold out for a better team. Pat Ricard has no offers. I mean, our fullbacks usually suck pretty bad, but I kind of want somebody that's faster anyways, as much as I like Pat Ricard. Unless the price is like the exact same, I probably would prefer someone faster. Blazingame's a pretty good fullback. Let's go Blazin. I don't know if we're going to get Turpin, but we got the other 2. We got the fullback and Hardman. Hardman's a 2-year 4.6. Get yourself a decent kick returner. We don't really have somebody that has that like speed or instinct for the return man position. We do now for 2 seasons. We also do have the final mock draft here. You can see that the Jets are holding pretty firm in Matt Price, and I don't see why you wouldn't. A catch, A man, A press, A zone. The guy's insane. Quarterback McFadden looks a little weak. What about number 18? Still got us sitting there with Angelo Hobbs. We'll have to see if that is the correct call or if that's realistic. Don't love the man coverage, but A zone is interesting. What about the other corner? This guy's a lot better looking, in my opinion. I would probably trade up to get him, if anything. All right, we are now going to begin the scouting process. So if you don't really even care about the scouting process and you just want to see the players we draft, I'd say skip maybe 20-ish minutes. But if you do want to see every single player and, you know, which potential player we missed on or how we got to who we got to, I guess let's buckle up. Of course, quarterback isn't necessarily the biggest need for us, but we could have played better. Now, I'm definitely not taking a first-round quarterback, but it's also important to scout these guys just in case they slip, just in case they fall. Now, looking at these guys right now, it's hard to see if there's even a single player here worth taking outside of maybe Matt Kinney here, who's already 23 years old, but we'll throw a couple of these guys on the board and just have our options open just in case they fall. I would also like to obviously look at the 40 time because, well, we might find someone that can play a different position like this guy, Gabriel. Maybe he's a wide receiver type. What's his height? 6'3". Yeah, I mean, he could be a wide receiver. He's got some athleticism. Usually there's a way to know. Yeah, that awareness might be a good indicator. Problem is, he's a 3rd rounder. If I want a 3rd round wide receiver, I'm just going to take one. You know, I'm just going to take a 3rd round wide receiver. I don't even think I'm going to put him on my list because, again, I'm not taking a 3rd rounder at the wrong position just to play him at wide receiver. I'll just grab one, right? Philip Hull, speed's nowhere near the 4.55 that it's saying it is. Based on actual 40 times, I'm not really seeing anyone that seems to be like, okay, maybe we can find something here. 4.6 is good, but it's not changing the game and how it's played good. You know what I mean? We now move on to running back, where it's very hard to scout this position as well because, how do you differentiate between these guys other than literal speed? Like, A-Truck, A stiff arm is great, but is it so much better than A-Truck, B stiff arm, or what might be another A-Truck, B stiff arm? Same with, A-Truck, B stiff arm, or B-Truck, B stiff arm, or B-Truck, A stiff arm. There's a lot of guys with pretty much the same ratings. And then juke move, unless you have an A, which even then, an A when everyone else is a C, doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot. It's very hard to find the juke move guys too. So the best thing you can do is probably just look at the 40 times as usual. If they're slow in the 40, it's probably not even worth going for them. But like these guys, 4.44, assuming that left side is saying solid is a little iffy. The pro days in general, not the most accurate anymore. Left side has always been kind of key. Like a 4.5 is supposed to be about 90 speed. 89, 90 speed, but left side decent. I really wish we could check this and prove it, but obviously that would, kind of defeat the purpose. It would be cheating. We would know the ratings and all that. But I really want to know what Durham's speed is. I'm going to try to write down Durham so we can go back and take a look after the draft to see if he is under 89, 90 speed, which I just have a feeling I think he is. I think he's going to be slow as hell. But yeah, going through these players, it sucks because like I said, we're going to have to look at that left side. Now, I'm not sure, because, if that's the case, pretty much all of these guys are very slow. Even this, Al Booker, a 4.39 with solid speed, it's basically saying these guys are all slow. But I don't know if I can believe that. It's completely eating me inside to, there you go, very fast, but it's eating me up inside, not being able to know. We're just going to have to, write these down and just test it. But, yeah, from my experience, when it's solid on the left side, it is significantly slower than that 40 and whatnot. So if that is the case, this is going to be a very slow running back room, which, based on just the 40s alone, it already does seem that way. But yeah, this is a lot of solids. I will say, though, in fairness, we don't really need a running back anyway. So I guess if this is a slower class, a worse class, maybe not the worst year to have it. We don't really need a running back anyways. I also love that it's another year with us backing out of a player we're looking at in the draft board and being sent all the way back to the top of the screen. That is just, round of applause, EA. You have done it again. I don't know how they keep doing it, but man, they do. Undefeated. Now that we got the pretty bad running back room out of the way, it seems like fullback is also a little bit slower, so you're not going to see any gems in that category. If you were going to go fullback, which I don't know if I like any of these guys, I would probably take the chance on Tatum that run block / pass block is at least halfway decent. Carrying's low, but lead block, impact block, those are kind of the most important. I guess you could go steal, but I don't know. I can't really tell who I'd rather take here. I think Tatum's a little bit better. Who's faster, I guess? Steele is better. 4.89 is like unusably slow. So if you're going fullback, that's the guy. And then wide receiver, we have a couple of wide receivers scouted. Not seeing the best results here, unfortunately. I don't really hate the wide receiver room we have as is, though. So I guess the classic sort by seed. Ooh. They're round 1, though, but a 4.34 with speed, you're basically getting another Tetaroa almost. Which do we really need? Probably not. Now that I think about it, yeah, I would probably rather have someone in the 6 foot to 6'2" range. I think that's the type of receiver we're looking for right now. So we're going to probably also just in general skip first rounders. I think we got to go defense in the first round unless, there's something else that just shoots up the board and we're like, oh, well, we need that for sure. Deshaun Browning, very fast player. Again, it's not all about speed, but when, for example, you look at their their attributes and they're all almost the exact same attributes, it's kind of hard to differentiate. Look at this. How many guys have C catching traffic outside of the first rounders? It's so similar across the board. Then you have Jason Phillips, who is a 3 to 4, so that's like high 60s, low 70, maybe like 70, 71, which you could definitely develop. Very athletic. The athletic guys are usually a bit higher these days. Got an interesting build here. That's probably one of those 73, 74 overalls with, you know, decently high, like, agility style ratings, but pure straight line speed isn't the best. But you are getting what would assume to be a high overall when it comes to the, just base ratings. But there's going to be some stuff missing, like the deep route, medium route, pure line speed, like we said. And then these are the kind of gems you're looking for. Zach Evans, great speed, elite excel. This guy's probably looking at 94 plus speed. So as a UDFA, that's, I mean, I'd easily waste a 6-round pick on him. Then we move on to the tight end and we see, look at how fast Wilds is. 0-40 time. He has, I mean, he ran the 40 in less than a second. I mean, this is the fastest. It's so funny how many people don't understand that joke. They're like, it means he didn't run the 40. No, I think he's literally faster than the speed of light, obviously. Tom Andrews, though, 4.4940. That is a fast man. Round 1. I mean, we're always in the business of best available pick, so if you got someone like him sitting there at the end of the first, maybe McIntyre. I mean, I don't hate Sanders. I just think there are definitely better tight ends to be had. Will there be any in this class, though? Tony Elliott seems to be like the one I would maybe debate. Luis Martinez. Again, it's going to be tough to differentiate between different tight ends based on pure skills, so it's a lot to do with the 40 times, let me tell you. These two guys might be interesting. Gomez, good. Not jumping off the page to me. I'd rather just keep who we got as our starters, you know? And then McMullen. Oh, that's a guy that, especially as a UDFA, definitely someone I want for sure. And then 6'4", great straight line speed. I don't like him, though. So we didn't go super in-depth with tight end. A lot of guys were 23, so at that point, I'd rather just keep using Sanders. And a lot of them are, in general, are on the slower side. You know, this guy might be decent, but he's a 3 to 4. I don't think I would take him unless I knew everything about him. Then we get to the O-line, where without the full scouting, there is going to be a little bit of guesswork, but usually we do a pretty good job. Like this guy got the pass blocking, power blocking in general. I'd be very confident saying Van Buren's decent. I would say Saunders is decent too. I mean, most of these guys in general are probably decent, but if I'm going to take a chance on them, those are the guys I'm looking at. And then you're typically not going to find someone later at the tackle position, but I'll throw some on there in case you get desperate. Maybe we get insanely lucky, but very, very unlikely. You can see like this guy, he's got 2 good run blockings and then an F finesse. What are the odds there, you know? He's a power blocker, but C to F power block, You know, D awareness, he's coming off my board. Guards, that's where we feast. Guards are always the position we feast on. This guy's great because he's a great pass blocker. Same with Contreras. Same with Colon, I imagine. This guy is a gem for sure. Oh, well, obviously, this guy's a gem. Samson is, I mean, the most obvious gem I've ever seen in my life. This guy, I don't know about because that awareness is low. I'll put him on the board because he's UDFA again, but I have a feeling that we're going to end up with basically a perfectly set line despite the fact that we don't even need it. Oh, wow, look at these centers. These two guys are insane. That guy's solid. That guy's solid. That guy's solid. This guy's probably good too, but I don't need them all, you know? Guy's great. Boom. I mean, you could slap a boom, boom, boom on those. I mean, even Coda, but he's 23, so meh. Howard, he's okay, but no. They look good to me. Tackle, I don't really like going for tackle. I don't scout them well, so we'll put Byram on there, but top 5, I highly doubt I'm getting them. Is this guy good? Again, I just don't scout tackle well, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. I just wouldn't. Like, that looks good to me, but I never draft tackle well. I just completely skip it. I go for freaking guards all the time. I cheese the hell out of guards. Then we have edge rusher. I mean, there's not a need for us to go high for edge rusher. The highest I would probably go is 3 to 4. So at this point, I'm just putting on the guys that have at least a B in the power block or finesse blocking, which they have to be at least 3 to 4. You know, these guys are 23, 22. Barnett, worthy of taking. Gutierrez, worthy of taking. They're just in that 4-7 range, which is like right there. Finesse B, you know, good enough with the speed. Problem is, I'm not taking these guys, right? UDFA maybe, 6'6". Wow, that's interesting. He's slower than that 4.7 saying, but still, no point in looking at the first round guys. Again, I'm just not wasting those picks. We have a limited amount of picks. Let's be real about it. Very unlikely I even take one of these, lower day 3 UDFA guys, so it is what it is. I'll take a look at the 40 time myself, and yeah, we'll move on to the DTs, which is really where we're hoping some talent is at. We really need a DT. Bro's name is Aragon. What is going on? Caesar Aragon. Dude just took a time travel. He's like, I've heard of the great salary of the future. I'm like, what is going on? But here we are now. DTs. Seen a lot of 23-year-olds. Not my favorite, but let's see. So boom, boom, boom. No shot. Probably no shot. Boom. Probably not. Yeah, he's 23. No, thank you. This guy, he's got some smarts to him. He is a nose tackle, so he's probably good. I'm just hoping for some gems later on. I am not seeing them, though. Not a huge fan here. Nose tackles. The nose tackles are always going to be pretty good, but I need actual pass rushing defensive tackles. Ooh. 20 years old. Got to definitely scout him further, because that A to C, if it's an A finesse, I am all in. I am all in. I'm pushing the chips in. Don't like the awareness being like a C or a D on most of these guys. I do not like the DTs at all. That's tough. I'm going to have to go real in depth here and just take a look. But a lot of Bs not really showing me much, whereas an A is like, okay, well, that guy's probably going to at least be a good finesse, and I'll be able to develop him. But the rest, they could be 73 finesse, really low overall, which, I mean, most of the DTs are going to be developable, but I want our best odds of developing someone. I'd probably even like to have 2 defensive tackles just in case we have an injury. I want to always be developing a defensive tackle. We'll say a lot of these nose tackles have some pretty insane 40 times, though. 4.94 for a 6'5", 357. The other guy was a 4.89 mix-in at 335. It's pretty damn fast, dude. DT Elijah Ellington, he is a complete fake. There's not a hope that guy's good. Gonzalez, another guy that I don't think is good. But day 3, I'll keep him on the board in case we get desperate. Definitely want that Stanley, though. I think Stanley's going to be a gem. Hannon is just, I mean, he's fast, though, so I got to keep him on the board. But that was a 3-4. No way. This guy, hoping that finesse is good, because this guy looks like a gem. He looks like a gem to me. He's definitely going to be the guy we look to if we just don't like the other guys up front. So I'm not really loving this class of players. And this DT specifically is just not looking good. We definitely need some linebackers as well, so we'll keep that on the mind as well. Also, should have ran through the tight ends to see if there was any 6'8", 6'9s. Same with wide receiver, which... Oh, wait, was that one? I thought I saw a 6'9". It might have been 5'9", though. It was 5'9", damn. All right, no gems there. Now moving on to linebacker. Of course, more than ever, 40 time is going to matter here, as I am not using a slow linebacker. I don't care how good they are. I don't care how smart they are. It doesn't do me any good if I can't change direction. I'm going to literally have to let them roam on their own. These 2 linebackers, even though they're pretty high, especially LaRubio, not looking too bad, actually. And this guy, not terrible based on the left side, but I'll throw him on there because he's a 3-4, but I don't know if we're going to draft him. 1-2 is great. Day 3 yeah, I'm going to have to look deep into these linebackers, which, pause. Not bad, but that change direction's horrible. Samuels, don't know much about him. Change direction, not great. 40 time is really carrying him here. Now we move over to the Will linebacker. 4.72. I don't trust that left side with a 4.72. I just don't. Like, these guys say they're fast. There's no point in putting them on the board because I'm just not taking them, simply put. This guy, definitely a bit more usable. If there's one position we're a speed whore for, it is linebacker. Like, we're a speed horse for everything, but if there's one where we're absolutely going speed, it is going to be the linebacker position. Problem is that left side is such a lie for outside linebacker. Usually it's about 2 to 3 speeds slower than the 40 time and the 40 time in general. So the 40 time, if it's a 4.5 at outside, is usually 87, 88. Then you max in that left side, it's going to be like 2 to 3 lower half the time. So tough. Cornerback, I like Cam Hart a lot, but I'm not locked in for life with him. Oh, wow, there's some good corners here. I mean, these corners all look good. I mean, even Hobbs I would take a chance on, like the game is trying to tell us to do with all those freaking mock drafts. Pinckney might be someone I have to scout further. Oh, that is a steal, right? That has got to be a steal. These guys both look good. Damn, sucks. They're 23, though. Of course, I'll probably end up going through here one more time with the speeds as well. But let's take a look at Polite. Let's see how good he is. Polite is 439. That is pretty good. I mean, that is a solid-looking player. I don't even think I'm going to scout him. Just going to take him in the 3rd round. Yeah, I mean, I don't really even need these other guys because I don't hate our cornerback room with Cam Hart. I think he can still develop. And then Polite would pretty much finish it. So, as far as the corners go, I think that's going to be that. I mean, there's some really good corners. It'd be so hard to pass on. Like, how would I pass on Clark? How fast is he? Okay, that's how I'd pass on him. He's not the fastest, but some of these guys are insane, dude. We've got an A to B. Like, if Broyles there, 6'3", also slow. What is wrong with these guys? Why are they so slow? Can we get some speed up in here? No? But yeah, it's really tough. Don't know how you pass on that. Some of these guys are insane. All right, now time to look at the free safeties. We actually had safety scouted pretty hard. 23 years old, which is, obviously not our favorite, but still manageable. UDFA type, B to man coverage is obviously something we could look at. At this point, though, 40 time, as usual, is going to be the king for me. 4.44, day 3er. Kind of pushing it a little bit with some of these speeds. Oh, man. Murphy, I really thought was going to be good, but a 4.59. Yeah, what do you do with a 4.59 at safety? I just can't do that. Cheatham, probably the best of the bunch. And then McLean. Don't love the height, so even though I think he's the better player, I would definitely choose the guy with a little bit more size. 5'10". I mean, that speed is going to be so garbage. I know, we're just constantly oh, well, all that matters is speed. Well, a lot of it is, right? And it's guys you can just develop from nothing. Pretty hard to develop a slow player from nothing, just saying. Again, throwing them all on speed, and then we scout in reverse order, where we're like, okay, well, these guys are all fast enough to draft. Now, are they good enough to draft? Barely. I would say so. Don't know enough. A lot of these guys we don't know enough about, all the way down to O'Neal. They've got the C's, but I can't really say for certain. 3 to 4. Yeah, I mean, there's just no point in putting him on there. Not going to take a chance on him at all. Hawkins, B, zone coverage could be the gem that we're looking for. And then this guy's a day 3. I don't really see how, but sure, I guess. Why not? Kicker, punter. I mean, Fitzgerald just won something. I can't remember what it was. Punter, though, maybe on the board. Kick power, solid. That's not what we're looking for. Kick power, solid. Not what we're looking for. I guess we'll look at kicker as well while we're here. Solid, not what we're looking for. I don't really like the punters, obviously. Kicker, Grant, no. Gary Kennedy, elite kick power. Okay, that's obviously a guy we're going to put on the board. Anthony Franklin, great. No point in putting him on the board because AI just doesn't draft kicker, so I'm not going to choose Franklin over Kennedy. Boom. That is our board. What about long snapper, actually? It is actually important. So I just don't get anything. Sure. I guess this guy has the best injury. That's the only thing I would really say stands out. That's our draft board. I don't think this is a very good draft class. I think it's actually insanely weak. But as per usual with every draft class, you can find your gems. DT is going to be a main focus of ours. Will we land a first rounder? We'll find out. We have pick, I think, 19. Do we have a final mock draft or what? Was it still going to be Hobbs? It is still Hobbs at pick 18 overall. So they're really projecting that corner spot. I think we can get away with Polite. So I am going to scout Polite further just to confirm. Because if I can confirm, then I could literally save so much. Because we only really need one corner at best. Assuming Hart develops. Obviously, we might be looking at corner next season anyways. But looking at the players, we need the DT and the corner for sure. Then I don't know what the last person is. Anthony Sheriff. Boom, one up. Really, the DT and the corner are the ones that matter the most. All right, here we go. Headed into the draft. Hopefully, we have ourselves a good one because, like I said, I think this is one of the worst classes I've seen. Do we see the players or not? Day 3 to 4. Okay. Or round 3 to 4, I should say, not day. What about that corner? Polite. Yeah, there he is, the gem himself. Figured he would be. We now have confirmation. Might have to trade up in that third round. Man, our draft, though. Again, I don't love the board, and we're not going to have the deepest class, so we'll see. Pick 18. We have the Jets, number 1. Of course, got to back out. All right, so is there somebody we would want to trade up for? Like, I do like Tom Andrews a lot, and if he's at 18, I'm going to have a hard time passing on him. I probably will draft him at 18 if he's there. But as far as a trade-up goes, O-line, we need like one player, and we have a lot of UDFAs that I like. And then we have the DT position where do we want one of these? Because, I mean, the round 3 to 4 is not someone I'm willing to bank our entire defensive tackle season on. Acosta's pretty good. A power move. I like finesse more, but I mean, 44 bench reps as well. That's ridiculous. So right now it's between Andrews and Acosta. Would I trade up for either of them, though? Maybe. Do you like linebacker as well? Corner's good. So, yeah, I mean, I don't really have anyone I'm trading up for. So we're going to slow sim this. Oh, Lord, we have this thing on. And those DTs are moving. Acosta went number 9. That is actually kind of crazy, you know? 9. I mean, he's around 1. Andrews goes 13. Oh, wow. Pretty much like all the players we wanted are already gone. But yeah, I'm not trading up for 13 for Andrews. I'm definitely not getting up to 9. That is like our entire class. But here we are in the draft. What do we want to do? How are we living? Anyone out there that wants to join the team, speak now. Defensive tackle, we're already moving on into the second round where Vernon is solid, but I'm not taking him at 18, obviously. And then cornerback, they did project Hobbs. He is the only one there, though. I am not about that life. Do think we need a safety, but, we did just get a safety in free agency. Cheatham looks good, though. We did just get a safety in free agency. I think we're going to trade it to the end of this first round at 32, maybe, or early into the second. Don't want to do too many trade downs. Oh, that is a pretty good trade. Well, I wouldn't say it's a pretty good trade, but it's an okay trade. Yeah, I mean, it's actually a pretty good trade. I think we're going to be trading with the Detroit Lions. We get that extra third. I think that's exactly where we're going to be taking the cornerback Polite at. And then I think if Vernon's there, we're going to be taking Vernon here in the early second. Like I said, I'd prefer to take 2 DTs if possible. Really weird build, though. He's a finesse guy. Oh, that's not even the right guy. Acosta's the bench. That's insane. Yeah, I was about to say this. Okay, this makes sense. Very fast. Strength is a little low for my liking. Talking 86, 87 probably. That block shed and tackle is telling me lower overall, but A, play rec, B, awareness. 72 overall hidden. I can live with it. Dakota Vernon. Please be good. 91 true. Normal dev, and that strength is low. Ooh. Not our best draft pick. Kind of fell for the finesse and the speed. I think he's going to be a good player. I think his finesse is going to be high 70s, probably develops. But yeah, we fell for that and kind of ignored some of the other things like that strength we knew was going to be bad. Lower than I thought. I thought 86, 87, but I guess not. Stanley's definitely the next defensive tackle we go for. We definitely need another linebacker for sure. Polite's obviously going to be the corner we take. Oh, I didn't even realize. Well, no, Samuels is bad. He was like pure speed, but he's not really much anything else, right? He's just pure straight line speed, but that change direction's pretty buns. I think I'm going to go to Tennessee here if I can and get Stanley. These linebackers go so quickly these days. If we want a linebacker, we need one right now. We got to go. And we made the trade, a 2nd and 4th this year with Bobby Brown for that Titans pick. We are going to be taking Stanley. He is a solid-looking linebacker, and he is probably the most athletic linebacker across the board in this class. Just making sure this is who we want. Elite speed, elite excel, good change direction, good agility. 4.54 could be as low as 86 speed. Hoping for higher, but let's see what we got. And here comes Stanley. I don't know why I skipped the last one. We should have actually watched it. It was our player. I'm so used to skipping this. But Vernon was kind of garbage anyways, so we'll actually, for a good player, I assume. I think this guy's actually going to be good. We'll actually look at it. There he goes. Taking that. I wish that freaking press A to skip was out of the way, but 42 true talent. Come on, give me a hidden. Thank you. Yeah, I was about to say as low as 86 speed. Change of direction is 71 only. Is it just all outside linebackers that are slow as hell? Because that is crazy to have the change of direction rating he had on that left side and just not being at all fast. That's tough. It's a good pick technically, but if I knew that was what his change of direction was going to be, maybe I wouldn't even take him. Hopefully Polite is there. Not going to slow some because there's nothing that would indicate whether he's going to be there or not. So we move down to that. Wait, the safety's still there? Or was it just glitching out? Because I got to take Cheatham then. Cheatham is still there. That is good value. So we're going to probably go for Cheatham, but I got to get Polite first. Polite is just way too good not to. Marcus Polite, 6'1", 21 years old. Very good athleticism. This makes things with Cam Hart very strange, but Polite's going to be a great player, so I have to take him. True talent 9 in the top 10. He looks built like a penguin. I don't know what that's about. Of course, hidden dev, 94 speed, 92 acceleration. Always was going to be our best draft pick of this class. Can't go wrong with that one. Do want Stanley as well, because I don't know how I feel about Vernon. I don't know. Stanley, though, I think he has some potential. Cheatham looks great, and we do need a safety. I got to go for Cheatham. I'm going to go with the Titans again. I knew it. I was like, I don't want to trade with the Titans again. We've already done that once. And of course he goes. I guess I take Toby Pryor. I mean, worst case scenario, you've got yourself another linebacker. I think that guy could easily, but they probably even want you to use him at linebacker because that 40 time is concerning. But I do like him across the board. I don't really, these draft picks are starting to fall off. And while they actually take Pryor, we just couldn't trade with them. They had no room to take a player. I guess Dane Belton's going to be our guy. I mean, in fairness, if we want Stanley, if we want some of these other players like a linebacker, maybe we can't really make that move anyways. I do like Stanley quite a bit. I think Stanley's going to be better than Vernon. Mike Jackson's a pretty damn good corner, but he was the thing to push that trade over the edge. Jumped about 13, 14 spots. We are going to be taking the defensive tackle, Mr. Stanley. Wish we didn't grab all those edge rushers because it's sucky to pass those guys up. Strength is going to be low as hell as well, but we're taking a chance on that. You know, the finesse, the tackle looks good. Stanley is probably going to be the guy that ends up becoming DT number 2. Just going to be real with you. We got a lot of defensive tackles in there. I mean, what else do we really need, right? DT and linebacker, which Chris Barnes is one of the best linebackers in the league last year, even if he's a lower overall. And then obviously Trevin Wallace was solid, and then now we have the guy we just drafted. So, true talent 88, please be hidden. Hey, there you go, hidden dev. So, of course, another kind of risky, lower-rated player, but we actually got hidden this time. If Vernon was hidden, obviously we'd have no problems with it, but unfortunately it was not. And then basically everyone else we have anyways is UDFA, outside of the linebackers, which, I mean, do I really care that much? And this lineman looks pretty damn good. The problem is he's not really built to be a center. I mean, he's 6'3", but he's 340. Frank Sanders looks pretty good, though. I'm going to take Frank Sanders. I don't really care about seeing that. 66 true talent, hidden development trade. Definitely would like to land another, so we're going to slow sim like all of this just to make sure I can at least get one more lineman. And then we're in the 7th round. Bobby Griffin. He's a little more concerning, but he is a true center piece. So we're going to take Bobby Griffin. Hopefully he is actually decent. 83 true talent. Please be hidden. Hey, another hidden dev. He fits more as an actual center. So that's who we're going to take. You know what? Tight end goes, you know, it's a position that's expensive to re-sign. We're going to go Ezra McMullen. 148. Ooh. Normal dev. 84 speed, 88 excel at 6'5". 148. Better than I was thinking, like really low 60s. This guy's not bad. Right, we're going to have to pay attention to the UDFAs because there's probably going to be a wide receiver or two that we want. But that's going to conclude our very first of probably a billion different draft classes in our Carolina Panthers franchise. Let's take a look at how we did for ourselves. We're not going to be looking at devs, but overalls, yes. 75 for the linebacker, 78 for the corner, 71 for the DT. Sanders, 73. Center is 71. Tight end, actually a lot better than we thought. 68. I was thinking 64, 65, but again, that's not terrible for a 4-year backup that we don't have to pay good money for. This guy looks good. Stamina, injury, toughness is a little low, but a solid looking tight end. We'll take him. Definitely not a bad backup at all. And then we obviously have to look at some of the other players in here. Vernon, very low overall. He'll be our 3, maybe 4. Man, I really wish we didn't take this guy. But again, you know, 78 finesse move is good in that regard. Our one bad draft pick, we kind of missed on that one, but he's still not bad. He's just normal dev. If he was hidden dev, I mean, I would have no problems with him at all. And then, is it a will linebacker we need? for Mr. Stanley's position. Coverage ratings, of course, outside linebackers almost always going to have bad coverage ratings, but that's just something we'll have to focus on. That's all right. We're not going to look at the dev. We're just going to move him over to that, I believe, will spot. I think that's what we needed. Either way, if I had to guess, superstar dev, but who knows? Polite, superstar, X Factor, who knows there? Obviously, we're going to have to probably put him at number 2, right? Obviously, probably. Obviously. Zone coverage is insane. Man coverage is low. Injury's great. Stamina is okay. Toughness could be better. Catching's low, but this guy obviously looks amazing. Probably have to change some numbers here, change some names. Once again, let me know in the comment section below if there's numbers or names you want to see changed. And if we like those changes, we can do them. Vernon was such a bad pick. We should have traded down again or taken the other linebacker or something. But Casey Stanley, another raw player, but 71 overall, hidden dev. Good finesse. Someone we can hopefully develop. The strengths on those, both those DTs, though, so bad. I knew they would be bad. I just didn't think they'd be that bad. Sanders, take a look at how good he looks. Again, it was a weaker class. And I called that out before the draft even began. Ooh, 79 injury. The other ratings are good, but 79 injury. That lineman is going to be coming in and out of lineup left and right. Griffin, at least, 71 overall. He is... Another option we have at center here. What is the injury? Bit better. A little faster. Pure pass blocker, but this guy's going to be our center just because he is the more prototypical size. 6'2", 290. You want the smaller center a little bit, kind of move around. But let's take a look at the players you missed on. Obviously, Acosta being the number 1 of that bunch. Also be interesting to take a look at the draft classes of our opposing rivals. Acosta, 76 overall. Would have been the guy I would have taken if not the tight end. Let's take a look at Acosta. Hopefully he's normal. He is not, of course. Hidden dev. Damn, dude, he is so good. But obviously I was never trading up to 9. Acosta was 99% chance our first pick. Tight end was like 90% chance. Dev, superstar. Oof. It's been a perfect draft. It would have been a perfect draft. What about the tight end? Andrews, 78 overall. Maybe we make a trade for Theo Johnson? Perhaps. Tom Andrews, super speedy. I mean, Theo Johnson's, I mean, he's available. I really want Darnell Washington, but obviously that's never going to happen. Dev for Andrews is, of course, X Factor. So we missed out on a superstar DT and an X Factor tight end because we were too cheap. Look at the overalls here, especially at corner, though. I mean, there's so many good corners. They're all good. What about Hobbs? They projected us to go Hobbs every single time. I mean, I maybe would have went for him if I didn't see Polite, but I'm not sure. Yeah, normal dev. That is not a good player. Chapman went all the way in the second round, by the way. 73 overall to the Cardinals. So now they have 2 6'3/6'4" wide receivers. It's normal dev, but yeah, looks great. Like I said, I mean, this is basically another Tetero and McMillan, which we just don't need 2 of. Even if you think, well, why wouldn't you want 2 of a great player? Well, I don't need 2 guys that are going to be the exact same route run types. You know, I want somebody that's going to break quicker, which I guess with our lack of wide receiver draft is going to be Leggett once again. And then, of course, Cheatham, 73 overall. I was feeling normal, but I still would have taken him. And yeah, normal development trait. Not really a miss here at all. And then Pryor, oh no, look at this. We're going to be regretting this one. 90 speed, 6'3". That's a linebacker if we wanted it to be. Normal development trade. Does it show change of direction? 84 hip power, 68 block shed. It's very high for a safety. What's the change of direction? Does it show it? 85 COD. That would have been a little too cheese at safety in my opinion. But yeah, he's been a great player no matter what. No matter where you want to put him, he would have been that guy. And we did want to take a look at some of the running backs just to see the speeds. Here's Durham, 88 speed. And then Booker, yeah, he was supposed to be fast on that 40 time, but 90 speed in the end. I guess we weren't wrong. So yeah, the left side does tell like 90% of the truth. Highest overalls in general, Darren Morrison, 85 overall. Of course, only 85 speed, so that is at his best, on his best day, a linebacker, right? 99 hit power, huh? That is kind of insane. And as you would expect, an X Factor. Hey, we landed a top 6 overall. I'm not sure why they listed him as 9, but 6th best player in the entire class all the way down in the 3rd round. Beautiful. Some of these classes, though, we might have to drop them down in strength, especially corner. I don't know why I forgot to do that, because last year that was a problem, too. But we definitely need to lower corner strength. It is insane. Very fitting that we'll do that after we have the cornerback position set, but, you know, we should have done that already in the first place. But let us be going to week 1 of preseason, see who is there for free agency. See if that kicker maybe is, you know, is in their position battle. I don't know about that, but we'll see. Free agents. Give me the kicker. Dowdle's a free agent, huh? Why would they do that? Why would they do that? And is this the guy, Gary Kennedy? I think it was. 99 kick power, 78 accuracy. I mean, what the hell do I do with this? Like, what do I do with this? He's good. I mean, I've got to grab him, right? And of course, there's this cool running back, but the problem is he's not very fast. He's 88 speed at 5'6". It's cool, but it's slow as hell. But he's also a superstar, so I kind of have no choice. What the hell is this free agency? Also, apparently nobody wanted Jalen Coker, so obviously we're bringing him back on. Our money problems, though, I mean, they are arising. Like, we are not just like an infinite money glitch team. We are not looking the best. Evans, very fast, is the guy we were debating on taking, but I was like, I don't know if I feel it. I guess if he's a good, you know, return man, which he seems to be. His return ability, 77. Not the best, but obviously that's just your ability to catch the ball in the return. So as long as it's not like 40, you're fine. Even in the 40s, it's fine anyways, but I suppose if that matters. And then we have a 6'1" wide receiver, Joey Saucedo. Yeah, he looks pretty good. So I thought it was trucking was that high. I mean, his stiff arm's pretty good to be fair, but you know, you do want that McMillan type. Well, there you go. You got one. And of course, before the draft was over, the AIs did seemingly snag up all those UDFAs, which, hey, we got 2 of them. We got 2 hittens. We're not complaining at all. Also, not that he's going to be much use, but we did find a nose tackle in here who has star dev, so why not? A lot of these guys are one-year guys, so we're probably not going to be able to afford them anyways, but you can never have enough talent. And we also see Preston Smith as a free agent. Very good, you know, veteran backup depth who also happens to be a mentor. And here's that Brett Cannon guy who was supposed to be so fast, but we knew he was just not. He's a free agent, 64 overall. Maybe we take him. I mean, we need the backup depth, but I don't really like him. I'd rather just have someone else. Gotta say, the linebackers are pretty weak. Troy Anderson is by far the best available player. It's not even close. Obviously, a tall, fast, great change of direction linebacker. Very low in coverage, so if he's out there, you're going to want to use him, but why wouldn't you want to use him? He is that guy. Here is our starting lineup for preseason. Of course, things can change and will change, and we're probably going to be on 5-minute quarters, just playing, you know, the first drive on both sides of the ball and then playing the moments. Again, I'm not 100% sure if we're going to be playing preseason 1 in this one, because I like to keep the actual, you know, gameplay, like training camp, whatever, to the actual locked-in faces and numbers and names, which, of course, if you guys want input on that, I have to kind of wait to do. So we'll see. I mean, it's not the end of the day world, as long as it's not regular season. Once the regular season hits, everything is locked in, other than maybe numbers, because obviously numbers do change as they do, but this is what the squad looks like, and I think it looks vastly improved, right? I mean, there's not a whole lot of normal dev backgrounds showing up here, right? It's still a very developable team. They're really low overalls, but at least we got guys that are mainly star plus dev across the board. Very curious to see what Polite is, because I would be surprised if it's not superstar or X Factor. He looks really good, but even if he is just star, he is still the best option, number 2. Ironically enough, does fit better as a slot. He's a higher change of direction than Cam Hart, so could still be in the slot. We'll see what happens, because Cam Hart, I still think there's something here. He's very balanced. His overall 74. Feel like he's a little higher than that talent-wise, but still just a good player nonetheless, and obviously want to get him involved. But yeah, let's get into the training camp where, well, first things first, I guess we have to look at the position battle, but training camp where we can get some upgrades. Wide receiver, probably going to go Leggett for that wide receiver one, because McMillan's already on par for being a great wide receiver, right? Whereas we need a number 2 to be good as well. We got to practice in a few. Before we get into it, I wanted to... Oh, no. You're not ready. You're just not ready. I love the... You're just not ready. Not even a look. I can be that guy. Really. I mean, he can be. He's not wrong. He probably is better than Sanders. but he's also 2 years older, and Sanders has been good too. Heard you had a visitor today. Just want to say thanks. Ready to do great things this year. Oh. Who the hell? Bro's got insider knowledge. Bro, we got to check this place for bugs. Dude's got the office bugged. What a guy, though. Like, he knows. I can respect it. It is completely creepy, but yeah, I can respect it. Of course, it's also a pretty big week for, like, these types of abilities and whatnot. I still just, like, I like the wear and tear stuff. Sure, I'll change that. Still just, I don't love everything else. Okay, I gotta remove one. It's wear and tear, sure, we'll put that on, but as far as, like, ability boosts and whatnot, I don't know, dude. I've kept this one on all year. I can deal with that. Do we do scouts? I mean, like, I feel like we already, like, we had a good draft with a bad class. Imagine we put on, like, higher tier scouting. Coach earns more XP. Like, we have them max. It's just I don't want to... You know, I suck at drafting tackles. I'm okay with putting a buff for tackles. I also think this is stupid. It should just take away stuff. I don't know. Screw, we'll do the scouting one as well. We're cheesing it. Why not? Got better tackle scouting, better tier 2 scout, and then we do have the better power moves and finesse moves and whatnot for DTs. So we are embracing the cheese. And then for our focus players, I think you keep putting Bryce on there, obviously. And then I think... You probably put on Leggett. I think even though he's 25, this is the year where if he can do something, maybe we got a chance. We're going to the training camp. I am so garbage at bucket drop. There's honestly just no point. Like, I'm just going to go Bryce Young, and then we'll, I guess, use one of the... Like, I'm so bad at this. I have no idea why I am, but I just am. So I'm going to do the one that I know I can do. And you can roast me in the comments about how bad I am with bucket drop. Like, do you guys actually use freeform? Like, there's no way. Like, I've seen some gameplay. I know. All right. Wow, I'm just really killing this one, huh? Oh, get out of my way. We're selling it. Give me one bullseye. We can't hit a single bullseye. Literally just one. There's no way I'm not going to get gold here. Oh my, gotta take a guess. Damn it. There we go. That's almost guaranteed as long as we don't hit the damn thing. Ooh! Ooh! I guess it's not almost guaranteed. There's no way. That would have been the most clutch play of all time. I suck! Finally got a gold. Damn, son. Got it in the last play, too. The last throw there. Holy. Imagine Sprice gets a superstar. It'd be insane. All right, now this is a tough one for running back because Chuba Hubbard's already really good, but he's also 27. So as much as I would like Brooks to get the free upgrade, potentially get a superstar, whereas Hubbard getting an X Factor doesn't matter as much as getting a superstar does for Brooks, I gotta go Hubbard because he is a little bit older, so... Yeah, Chuba Hubbard is the bona fide, solidified #1 running back. Brooks still has a chance to develop on his own. He's 23. He's still really young. But Hubbard, you know, his upgrades are going to be far in between these days. So, oh my, I did not expect him to just miss the block like that. Sure. Who even is our blocker? Oh yeah, Blasingame. Forgot we got a new fullback. And it's not really paying off, let me tell you. And all we need is one more. And there she is, the gold. Could you imagine he actually does go to Superstar X Factor, though? I talked about how, it doesn't really matter too much for him, but, you know, if he got to it, it'd be pretty insane. Like, it does actually add a little bit. But, obviously, Star to Superstar is way bigger than Superstar to X Factor, which we do not get. There's no point in even doing this. Both of our quarterbacks' combined age is almost 80 years old at the backup spots, so no point in doing that one, other than getting better at it, I suppose. And then with this one, we talked about it before. I think 2 upgrades for Leggett, even though it's tough because McMillan's our wide receiver 1. I think it just means more. And again, the chance from star to superstar is better than superstar X Factor. It doesn't matter as much. Oh, Lord, here we go already. You can still do this one, but you got to make sure you have a lot of separation on it. That should be it, and it is. 2 free upgrade points for Xavier Leggett. That is what I'm talking about. 2 skill points, 3,000 XP. Sadly, however, no dev up. Now, this is a tough one because I think Aquanu is the most developable, obviously, but the other guys could use the upgrade point more. The thing is, if you're going to get that chance at, you know, a dev up, Aquanu winning it would be by far the most influential because not only is he a left tackle, but he is also obviously the youngest of the group by a lot. So we're going to go Aquanu, and you only get 60 seconds, right? I don't even know if that timer, that extra was worth it. Nah, it was. Easy clap. I'm sorry, Bryce, but you are going to get killed here. It's tradition. Oh, wow, he actually just handled it. He was ready for it this time. Was it also Kwani last time we did that with? I can't remember. Probably, right? Maybe Robert Hunt, if not. Come on, give me this dev up. Damn, that would have been insane. Trench, battle, long haul. Nick Scorton is our best edge rusher, but Uman Mielen's a little older, and of course, is the guy that struggled more. So I guess you go with him, because, you know, it's a lot of it's adding up. We could probably honestly just outrun him for all of these and just go for it. Oh, no. Okay. Let's say not one of these where you just get locked in. And let's just see you later. I don't need you. The guy was waiting for the whole time. He's like, oh, man. I wanted to see if I could take him on. Even though you couldn't the last 2 tries. Again, no dev up in sight. Chuba Hubbard, you better not do it to me. Oh, my God. Was that the drone falling out of the sky, by the way? Look like it just fell out of the sky. This is one you're not going to see much of because it'll probably be a lot of restarts. And I say that it'll take us a bunch of tries, but it doesn't. It is not. Not bad. Trevin Wallace. I mean, it has been so long since I have seen a training camp dev up outside of a kicker. Somebody please give us a dev up. Trayvon Merrick. Even though I don't love the ability for him, like in man going against this person, he probably needs it the most. 27 years old, 83. If he got to 84 with Superstar, that would be career extending. The problem is, will he be able to do this? Throw it. All right. We're on this. No! What a hit. Nice. We actually might get this one try. With Merrick a safety, mind you. Oh, my Lord. He's so quick. Oh, no. Please. You see that change direction? Or lack thereof. We literally just need like one more stop. I mean, we can't do that. Please. Wow. First try with a safety. Not even like a great change of direction safety, mind you. Beautiful work. That is deserving of a superstar, if you ask me. It'd be cool if the game actually had that in place where you're increased odds for doing it first try. And each retry, it lowers the odds, but nope. All right, field goal accuracy and coffin corner. I'm going to be real with you. This one's not happening. And there's the silver. I don't even know what gold is. Probably like 7,500. It's good enough for me, baby. Suppose time to find out if this guy can actually play punter or not. How far over do I have to go? About there? Right about there? It actually slows down. Oh, my. It worked out. It actually slows down. His superstar ability actually transferred over to his punter. I've given up. I've given up. I have accepted my fate. I'm a bronze man, and that is all I am. And, of course, we have a billion upgrades to get into, which is going to take us some time. Leggett with Playmaker, how good it is. Could go to an 80 overall. I'm thinking one of these upgrades might get a double, which hopefully that is the case. 4 to carry, 4 to release, man. Playmaker, yep, there it is. 80 overall. Playmaker is still by far the best upgrade, and it is not even particularly close. Trevin Wallace, there's only 2. Actually, we do want to move him to Mike linebacker, so we're going to do that real quick and go field general. But field general, of course, is the best upgrade for middle linebacker. So there you have it. 2 to zone coverage. Give me some block shed, why don't you? Maybe. Just a little bit of block shed. And yeah, it's a little bit of block shed. We'll take it. Looks good to me. Still developing. Plenty of time to do so. Anyone else around here? A lot of these guys are backups, which you guys don't, I imagine, care about. We'll do those on our own time. We'll just show you the actual important ones. as far as Chuba Hubbard goes, I mean, we're thinking about upgrading that trucking and whatnot, but is there even a point? Like, it's going to take so much to get those upgrades in. Do you not just, especially with spin cycle, keep going elusive back, trying to get spin up so he's just a really good elusive back, screw the power back stuff? 2 to spin move, yeah, that was worth it. 2 to spin move, so worth it for a guy with spin cycle. Take a look now at Mr. Trayvon Merrick. I believe that hybrid is still the best upgrade for a safety. You get a little bit of everything. Unless you're trying to go like block shedding. Hybrid usually get, 2 to upgrade, two full upgrades there. Hybrid usually gets you, some man and zone, which is what he just got there. Unbelievable upgrade. So a lot of the same archetypes from last year seem to be the meta. Aquanu, I don't even know if you guys care, because again, it's a lineman. Linemen aren't as interesting. Definitely needs to get that pass block up, which pass protector has been pretty bad for me over the years, so agile is probably the better way to go, but let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's okay, but nah. Not the best. Definitely not the best. Umanmi Ellen. Got to get that speed rusher up. As always, especially since he is a speed rusher anyways, but even if he wasn't, you probably go with that just because you get so much for all these different ratings. 1 to finesse, 1 to power move, 1 to hit power, so obviously you can see 91 block shed, by the way. Speed rusher needs a nerf. I can't believe they didn't do anything about that. Playmaker, speed rusher, I mean, I would even argue hybrid, but those two for sure needed a revamp. They are way too strong. Bryce Young, I don't even know if throw power is the best for deep accuracy anymore, but I usually have good luck with it, so why not? 1 deep, 1 mid, 1 under pressure, 1 play action. That's good to me. Sounds fine to me. That throw power, though. Oof. It is tough. There's a reason why some of our throws are bad. It's because our reads suck. The rest, everyone's basically a backup, so yeah, we'll skip that. Also Fitzgerald with 3 to kick accuracy, putting him at 80 now. But anyways, that is going to be it for the offseason in our Carolina Panthers franchise. Excited to start season 2 here. We'll have, once again, those preseason games and maybe 1 regular season game. Regardless, though, if there's any number change, name change, position change, even face change, of course, we'll do those that you want to see. Let me know in the comment section below. Again, 600 likes, and we will do the next episode tomorrow. If not, we might be back with another rebuild. We'll see. And that's about it. Appreciate you all watching. Appreciate the support on the channel and the series. And that's about it. Like I said, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell and notification. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel, PKR Plays or not Madden content. We have a membership thing, and we do a monthly members-only rebuild. Check it out if you want to. If not, it's fine. Either way, hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video,